Clay.
Growing up, we went to school here, and so it was kind of mandatory that we went to mass.
A recent Gallup poll shows Catholics of all ages are falling away from their holy obligation to attend Mass on Sundays. From a high of 75% more than 6 decades ago, today Catholics who attend church in any given week is down to 39%. And Father James Gilmore.
With all the problems that are happening today in our world, including global climate change and our president being investigated for being a traitor of country, we are missing the most simple things. The decrease in church attendance is a problem that no one in our country is noticing today. Also, as church attendance is declining, the growth of social media is increasing. Is this a coincidence? I do not think so. After realizing this, I've created the question, how has the growth of social media impacted the attendance rates of Christian churches in the southeast region of the United States? After analyzing this question and doing further research upon it, I've come up with the claim that the growth of social media has had a direct impact on the decreasing attendance rates of Christian churches in the U.S. within the southeast region. Before we can tackle this problem, we first have to learn what the growth of social media is. Social media began about 20 or so years ago in 1997, and ever since then has been growing year upon year. According to Global Research Summary of 2019, it's been growing about 13% per year for the last 20 years. Some popular examples of social media are Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter as well, with Facebook being the most popular with 1 billion users worldwide. People are using social media today for a variety of ways. They're using it to advertise their businesses, making themselves more popular, creating videos of themselves, creating blogs, such like that, to increase their fame and popularity. And with their fame and popularity increasing, they're getting money from it. It's becoming $1 million, even $1 billion industry for some of these corporations. As you can see from this chart, created by the Global Research Summary as well, it says that there's 7.593 billion people on this planet. And out of those people, there are 3.196 using social media. And then 2.958 are using it on their cell phones, on their mobile devices. That means people are always busy and they're always using it on their cell phones in a variety of ways. They're always doing something on their cell phones, including social media. And this has had a direct impact on many aspects of life. Now that we know the growth of social media, we have to know the influence of social media. Based on the Social Media and the Movement of Ideas article, it states that before the growth of social media, priests were viewed as leaders throughout their community. People would go to them for advice, and they were viewed as the most intelligent person within their community about Christianity or their religion. But now, since the growth of social media, people do not view them the same. They do not contain as much power as they used to. Why would they go to a priest that just has learned it their entire life instead of going to a variety of websites and sources that they can find online or even on social media as well, including Facebook, since Facebook is the most popular one out of all of them. And since the Southeast region is 7 out of the 10 states in the Bible Belt are from the Southeast region, this has had the most direct impact on the Southeast as well, because priests used to be so powerful within the Southeast. Also, another way that social media is impacting the attendance rates of churches is services via video stream. Many churches nowadays are creating videos of services through digital cameras, regular cameras, or anything. They're taking videos of Sunday service and then they're posting it online on social media websites like YouTube. And why would people go to church if they could just sit at home, learn the same things in the comfort of their own home as well? And this has had a direct impact on the attendance of churches. Many people also don't agree with this statement. For example, some people believe it's due to frequency or a culture shift. The culture shift is that people are becoming much busier nowadays. People don't have time to go to church every Sunday or delegate their services to church activities every week. So they decide, just like I said before, go through via video stream services through churches, or they do other ways of finding their religious views. Also, it's also due to frequency as well. For example, let's say there's 200 people that attend church every month. Out of those 4 weeks, the average attendance would be 200. But let's say half of those people don't attend church. So 175 people attend church every week. The attendance rate just dropped 13%. And without people leaving the church at all, the attendance rate still dropped by 13%. However, though, according to this graph by religiousnews.com, which is a highly respected and credited website regarding religious news, you can see from here, from 1940, religious identity is increased throughout the United States all the way to 1960. Then it starts to trend down negatively, very slightly though. And then as soon as it hits 1997, right here, and that's when social media was born, the decline has started. And then once social media became super popular during the late 2000s, early 2010s, it's plummeted dramatically. As you can see from the chart, social media has had a direct impact on religious identity, and I know this doesn't say anything about attendance rates, but you can infer from the chart that this is almost like attendance rates, because this has to do with religious identity as well. After the reasons I previously stated, I've come to the conclusion as social media continues to grow, the attendance rate of Christian churches will continue to decrease as well. The implications of this conclusion is that it won't get rid of churches completely, but this problem will continue. People will start to attend church less and less, and like I said before, priests will become less and less influential throughout the communities, and they won't be needed as much. And also, this can cause problems in other aspects of life worldwide. If we notice this problem now, we can stop before it starts affecting other parts of our lives, like our education system, or the way we receive information or anything like that. And like I said before, we need to notice this problem now before it takes over our lives. Thank you guys for listening to my presentation. Do you guys have any questions?
I do have two questions for you, Dylan.
You want to step in the middle?
I'm sorry?
You want to step
It doesn't matter. You're fine. What evidence did you gather that you didn't use, and then why didn't you use it?
I gathered several first-person evidence and priest quotes throughout my research, including one from, specifically, I found a source, How is Facebook Transforming Religion Today? And a priest stated that church services are becoming less and less needed due to the internet and social media and due to via church services, and how he disliked it. I didn't put this in my presentation because there wasn't enough time in my presentation, I felt like, and I didn't feel like a first person perspective was needed.
Okay. And what advice would you have for anyone else who is considering to research on a topic like this?
I would consider them to decide both sides. You want to look at how it's negatively impacting them and how it's positively impacting that scenario. Like for this, I looked at how it negatively impacted it, but also in my research, I looked at the positive effects it had, how it's promoting Christianity throughout communities as well.